Hello, welcome to CR Wrestling Commentary. We're your hosts, Sedrik and Sidra, and we'll be reviewing National Wrestling Alliance's Hard Times 2. And this isn't Hard Times.
They'll never live that down.
The Hard Times 1 had that theme, Hard Times. I'm like, man, this is the most depressing opening to a pay.
It reminded you of those old pictures from back in the Dust Bowl in the 30s of folks and 40s, people dying and wasting away because they can't farm because nothing but dust. It was terrible. I just all to remind you of a folk song
just terrible. It was terrible.
Folk song about death.
But this match opens up. Now, I didn't write no notes because we just going on little bit by little bit. This is a 3-hour pay-per-view, everybody.
It's a 3-hour tour.
So we open up with National Wrestling Alliance Junior Heavyweight Title Qualifier match.
If you know what that's from, you get an e-cookie.
What? Repeat that?
A 3-hour tour.
Oh, I'm not gonna say it. No, I know what it is, but I was gonna say it the more correct way. No. Okay, so we open up with that, and it's Rhett Titus representing the Foundation. All right, it ain't over. Versus Austin Aries, who we haven't seen in a while, and for us, despite him being a professional malcontent in the locker room in the past, in the ring we have always enjoyed him.
Oh yeah, it was always awesome.
Austin Aries has always been a treat to watch. And it got to the point where he was gone, he comes back and he's all scrawny but ripped. And then found out he's a vegan. He went straight vegan, not vegetarian. You know, he went the religious level of it. And hey, every vegan I've come across is turned out horrible. And now it's been some time, and now he's looking filled out.
Like he had some treats.
Like he ate something. Mm-hmm. Rhett Titus. We're happy.
Yeah.
We love Rhett Titus. He was just sports entertainment, and he could do something in the ring, but he was pretty much a high-level jobber.
And see, the thing is,
he would come to the ring looking as obscene as possible, but I found it entertaining, and I enjoyed it because it was pesky.
I remember him. Okay, he had the bodybuilding thing where he had the tiny little skin.
Yeah.
And then before that, he was in a couple of tag teams, except for the Dogs.
They were trying.
But before that, I remember him. He was good. He was always good.
But he was missing something.
Yeah.
And, you know, because of Rhett Titus, we've added to our repertoire of what people are missing. Some it's a tag partner. Some it's the right opponent. No. For Rhett, he was missing the style.
He was missing the style and the persona.
The wrestler. The grappler. The counter guy. That's pro wrestling at its purest is what Rhett Titus was missing.
He found his niche and he was able to blossom.
And it's beautiful. And I hope this Rhett Titus stays.
Because it's something that you can, you know, for example, Ric Flair found his niche, his persona, and so he was Ric Flair no matter where he was. Rhett Titus has found something where he could be Rhett Titus no matter where he goes. So I hope he holds on to that.
Yes. Please, Rhett. Stay Rhett.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And hey, you can take it if you want. It's cheap, but you can be like, you're ready for this. All right? You can use it. He'll never hear this. But in any case, he and Austin Aries had a nice professional wrestling match. No heel, no face. They wrestled. It's competition. That's what it was. And granted, while heels and faces can drive, butts and seats and things like that, yes. But sometimes just having a wrestling match can just be chill. It's relaxing. It's eye-catching. When I was learning about what I could of wrestling, not the inside stuff, just from a fan's point of view, wrestling was a science. And when you got two people in the ring like this, you can see that science. You can see that human game of chess in the squared circle. That is beautiful. And these two, they wrestled. Elbow strikes, knee lifts, drop kicks, chops,
backdrop.
I don't see any punches. I'm sure there might have been one or two somewhere. I can't recall.
It's like they lashed out each other with moves, not blows.
Yeah. Austin got that rope hung deck breaker on him. That was nasty. Austin Aries shows like, hey, look, I ain't slowed down. I'm still me. A little less hair, but I'm me. I mean, he just cut it. It ain't like he's balding, not that I could see. And then what did Austin do? Yeah, he got, and I love this. He got that shin breaker, Unagi backdrop combination. And Rhett was like, oh.
I can do that.
And he did it. And then he went for it again. I was like, and see, even the kid in me, oh, he's about to counter. You could tell. And he did.
Austin wiggled out of it. Counted.
Austin got on that bridging net breaker, which was nice. Well, he had the arm trapped along with the head, and it looked real bad. And they called it something, but I was telling Sidra to rewind it so I could hear it. And I said, no, never mind, because I could tell that Rhett was going to get to the ropes. And when he did, this is Sidra's favorite spot. When Rhett got to the ropes and broke the hole, Austin headbutted him
in the shoulder blade. I'm like, that's right, be petty. Make him pay for getting to them ropes. Petty Betty all the way.
She's a heel.
I am.
And so
I would make them pay for every time they get to us. They get clawed, or most likely they get chopped or bit somewhere where they can't comfort it.
So I'm going to remember that for Fire Pro. I'm going to remember that.
Can't make them pay.
So they did wrestle. It was technical catch as catch can. It was awesome until Austin Aries got that vertical drop brainbuster. And it's beautiful. He ain't got that tight hold that he used to have. But Austin does what no one else does with a brainbuster. It's almost like his feet are trying to be glued to the mat and he yank them down.
And they drop down in sections.
It's beautiful. I love that brainbuster. Honestly, I love almost any sheer drop brainbuster. I ain't gonna lie, but Austin Aries got one. Him, Jushin Thunder Liger, great brainbusters. All right. I think Dax Harwood, he got a good brainbuster. I think it's Dax. I might be getting confused of FTR, the bald one. But
yeah, I don't know them apart.
Yeah, I know, I can tell them apart, but I haven't gotten adjusted to the names and whatnot. Because commentary on AEW does not really focus on trying to point that out constantly.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, I can look them up, but I'm not. No, I'm not. Because we're doing this. But but he hit that brain buster, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. He got the win. All right. This is when I have to sing the praises of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, Austin Aries showing good sportsmanship. After he gets the win, it's been a few seconds. He gets Rhett Titus to his feet. Grab his arm, pick him up. And Rhett just stands like, what's up, man? I'm like, and he's holding the back of his head. Nice. Well, you just took a yanking vertical drop brainbuster.
They need to be rolling you out in the ring.
Or you should be up leaning against the ropes. New Japan, they would sell the move to the point where you would think this person needs some oxygen. Rhett was just standing there. I'm like, Rhett, damn it. You kill the belief. Because I was into it. And I'm like, man, he picked him up and I'm like, oh, he's all right. That's where I was. And I'm like, what, was that brain buster worth a damn? So it's like, it's a work, but it shouldn't be, post match. Yeah, don't, get up, lean against the ropes, hold your head, just look like, damn, I'm out of it. And then he says, but Austin gave him a hug, pointed to him. I don't know. It was almost a bit somber. Part of me is a little worried for Austin. I'm like, what are you doing, man? You know, I'm like, what's going on? You got brain cancer?
Maybe he had an epiphany about his malcontent status during the midst of the pandemic, and he said, life's too short to be angsty.
Maybe. You scared the hell out of me, though. Well, not like that, but like, what's going on, man? I'd like to know. Inquiring minds would like to know.
Yeah.
Like Starship Troopers. Would you like to know more? But, hey, that was a good match. I enjoyed it. We're going to try to keep these under 10 minutes, even though this one just went over. It's almost 11 minutes. But, hey, opening match, we're going to try to make it shorter because there's 3 hours and lots of amazing matchups.
Yes.
Booking seems to be really good
somebody
on this.
Somebody had their Cheerios before they started booking.
Yep. So, with that, let's get to this next match. Okay, our next match is for... Hold up. It's for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship. And it's Aaron Stevens and Kratos versus the original Gangsters Kingdom.
They wish.
My quick notes on this was, and this will take you through the whole match if you don't mind. Because it was a good tag match. I thought this was great. But there was a story being told during the sub story being told in this match.
Yeah. That
we'll talk about after I go through this. So Kratos opens the match showing aggressive power against Mike Bennett. I mean, it was forearms, knockdowns, slams. He was like, you know what? I just own this. And then Aaron got in, and it was like a possible accidental eye poke to Mike Bennett. Aaron seemed apologetic.
Yeah.
And then a little bit later on, when Matt Taven was going for a springboard something, Kratos just stole on him. Just a nice...
him.
Yes. That was a soup bone right for you. And then Taven still on defense, still getting beat up. Kratos pulled him out the corner. Well, no, had him in the corner and used a tossing release vertical suplex.
He had him in the corner, set him up for the suplex, looked back, make sure it was clear, and then he tossed him to the parking lot.
Got a pop from every single body. But the match does come to an end, and Stevens, he got no kind of roll on Bennett, but then, it was on Bennett.
No, it was on
Taven.
Taven. Yeah, Bennett came and jawed him in the head.
Yeah, with an elbow. And then Taven rolled Aaron up for a 3 count. Okay, they lost. I mean, you knew they would.
Yeah, for reasons that we're not going to get into.
And now the sub story of this is Aaron Stevens. This is storytelling. It's been almost 8-9 months of him teaming with Kratos.
Longer.
It's been longer, but when Kratos is finally starting to have enough of him,
yeah,
that's when this really started. Because Aaron's been a baby face. And Kratos is like, I believe in this guy. I know who he is, and I'm going to make him tough. I'm going to get him where he needs to be so we can be the team that we got to be. I'm on his side. That's what Kratos is the heel saying, I'm on this guy's side.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you tough love.
I know what you can do. I'm going to get it out of you.
So there's been setback after setback, losing tag titles and all this.
Miscommunication.
Things not working out. This has been this year. This is storytelling, everybody. This is storytelling. And finally, in this match, does Aaron Stevens become the heel once more? Using the corner back elbows that we haven't seen since before
the pandemic.
Yeah. So we got to see the blossoming of a new heel, because Aaron Stevens' original heel version was supposed to be theatrical or whatnot, some movie star or something.
Kind of sniveling.
Yeah. And it was funny.
It was funny.
It was funny, but not dangerous. This is different. I want to see what this heel is going to be like. I wish I could canon this with New Japan Pro Wrestling or New Japan Strong, but I can't. Because there, Kratos is part of Tom Lawler's faction.
He's the clean one.
Yeah, he's the one that looked like he bathes. So, it is what it is. You know, I
have to see where it goes.
Yeah, we got to see where it goes.
It developed.
And hopefully it's something that can lead to some kind of tag team championship.
I think Kratos just stopped feeding them.
He just stopped feeding them?
He just stopped feeding them. He took them to Wendy's. He didn't get them anything and left. And he was like, you know what?
Snap. Don't feed her, granddad.
And he's like, if I'm going to eat again, I got to get dishes. So maybe he earned a sandwich.
I'm enjoying this. I want to see what this Aaron Stevens is going to do. I am all too curious. So we're going to get on to the next match, y'all. So let's go. Okay. Our next match is Colby Corino with the Fixers going against the returning, who we have missed for a while now.
What, 15 years?
Doug Williams.
Maybe even longer?
Yes. And so...
he looked great.
Oh, yeah. Doug looks great. He also, he don't bend in the middle anymore, but now he does.
He's proven that he does. He still bends.
He still bends in the middle.
And if you're wondering, when wrestlers reach a certain age, they start looking like they don't bend in the middle anymore. Like Trevor Murdoch, he don't like he bend in the middle.
He don't like he bend in the middle at all.
Makabe, he don't like he bend in the middle. Tenzan, no middle bending.
None. Ishii.
Is the midsection gets so thick, even with their fit. I don't know what the dynamic is, but even when they're fit, you can see abs and everything. The midsection gets so thick, it just looks like there's no flexibility in it. There is, it just looks like there's not.
So, in short, the high spots of this match, Kobe told the Fixers to stay out of it. You know, like they was going to come over and do some chicanery, some shenanigans. But Kobe's like, no, I got to do this. And so he went in and he tried to tope suicida. It was met with a European uppercut from Williams, and it lit up the room.
The sound. You would think it was a body slap, but it won't.
Yeah, you would think it was a body slapping the floor. No. It was brutal. Mm-hmm. It was brutal. So the match kept going. Yeah, they got in the ring, and Doug tried to get Chaos Theory. He got the roll, he got the O'Connor roll, and then he got countered for the German suplex, rolled over and basically a Cazadora foot stomp. And
to the right to the left rib cage.
Yeah, I don't know how that was done without causing
damage.
Yeah, some serious damage. But Kobe only weighs $150, maybe $150.3.
Yeah, they said 184. I do not believe that.
No, he's 150. I'll give him 158.
He would have to be soaking wet, constipated with a bear on him to weigh 184.
Yep. And on Saturday. So after that, I thought it was pretty cool. He went for the Chaos Theory again. Well, he got the Tiger Driver. Then he went for the Chaos Theory. And the Fixers grabbed Kobe's feet and Doug just slipped right off. He's looking like, oh, come on, dude. Mm-hmm. Look at that. And at that point, Corino, he was able to take control and throw Williams into the post. Williams' shoulder was slammed into the post. And with the tight leg lace wrap for the arm, Kobe, he tried to do that rolling crucifix driver, but he just couldn't. I mean,
he slammed himself.
Yeah, Doug Williams had to do the move for him So that was a terrible ending, but nothing can be perfect all the time.
Nope.
You know, Kobe tried.
And it's a power and weight difference makes a difference.
That's why
Kobe Carino, he's got some strength to him, but he's not as strong as Doug Williams. And he's a small guy. You know, you can't help it if you're small. He's a small guy. So the execution was not what it should have been. It's not what it could have been.
I admit it's a cute little move, but I like Kobe's imploding sunset flip.
Yeah.
I like it. It's nice.
You got to see a lot more out of Kobe Carino.
You got to see the wrestling
match. Yeah,
you
didn't see the cheater. You didn't see the asshole. You didn't see the one doing all the flip flop. You got to see someone who has been trained in various styles, who had good groundwork, good technical. It was an impressive display on his part. I'm sure he's still a douche, but I'm convinced that he has wrestling ability beyond his name.
He's starting to, in the face, look like Harley Race if Harley Race was a little malnourished and cared about people.
Okay. I remember how Harley Race looked. I just keep seeing his dad. Looks like his dad.
If Kobe cut that facial hair off, no, there's no liking to Harley Race at all.
It looks like his father said, you know, I've hit the age where I need to reproduce, and then just a blob formed from some part of his body.
Someone told him to go fuck himself.
He did. And that is Kobe. Son. There does not seem to be any input from the female of the species.
Unless you want to go on size. He adopted his smallness from his mom.
Maybe that's what it is.
There you go.
He don't look. It's incredible. It's incredible.
I know Kobe can wrestle. I know, and I'm liking it. Whew. Oh, I had to scratch. Oh man, my shoulder was killing me. But I just wish he and others would have. Okay, I'm a dude that's, you know, under 5'11" and a half. I am under 260 pounds. No, 280 pounds. Okay. No, not 80. Yeah, 100. You are below 180 pounds. Okay. So you're 5'11" and a half or shorter, and you are 180 pounds or less. You've got your complicated finisher, but you also need a finisher for, I'm going against a bigger dude. What do I do? Because you can't, if you have no originality, if you have no skills, then you're like, all I got is this. This is my finisher. I don't know anything else. And that shows you haven't learned much. Kobe Carino should have been able to do a different move to Doug Williams to get the win. He's too small to get someone that big over properly. And Williams had to slam himself.
Yeah.
It looked bad. Kobe, there are there's so many finishes that people can do, you know, but they're trying to find the most flashiest yada yada thing. No, you just need that thing. Make it your own, and then it becomes lethal. It becomes dangerous, and then when people see you do it, they know what's up. You get the move over. You don't just find something flashy. You know, when I make a wrestler up in most games, I think of one or two finishing moves and I build the wrestler around it. What leads up to those finishing moves? Something on the ground, and then something that's devastating. That, you know, standing, a brain buster, but then let's say you can't get the person up. They're too big. Okay. How about a sleeper choke or a complicated ground pin? You know, something like that. Think outside your indie. You know, think pro wrestling. Think if this were real, a real fight, a real situation with someone this big, what would I really do?
Go find me a brick.
Well, ain't no damn bricks.
Okay.
But that's what you need to think. You know, slam him into the ring. You hurt his shoulder. Roll him up, hooking his good arm best that you can so he can't kick out because his other shoulder's hurt. There you go. You don't need a finisher. The ring was your weapon. Just saying. Let's get to this Hogan match. All right, so the next match, this match is Kiera Hogan versus Mickie James for the Total Nonstop Action Knockouts Championship. And this was a damn good match, but we're going to do this. We're going to probably talk about this in reverse because this is all over the place in terms of what we want to say.
It looked like they could have wrestled forever, and I'm serious. It felt like they were just getting started, like they were still feeling each other out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it still felt that way. These two could easily put on a 45-minute match, and it would look good. Kiera Hogan. I remember when I first started seeing her a couple of years ago. Actually, maybe a little bit more. When I first started seeing her, she was, I'm going to say, like I was saying before we started recording, she was rigid, a heavy, fast, hard-nosed striker, lording over people and stuff after hitting them, and I mean, she was like, you know, I'm a boss in here, and you're gonna learn, and she didn't have any fundamentals down or anything like that. But now I see the wrestler. I see that she's found pro wrestling. At least here in the NWA, that's how she has to be.
Maybe she had to work through some issues.
I mean, people got to learn, and you know, Jim Cornette had a good, breakdown of everything about training to be a wrestler and whatnot in one of his latest episodes. It was like 58 minutes long. It was wow. It was practically a seminar. I mean, anyone listening to that's going to be a pro wrestler, they would just, they would get so much in such a short amount of time, just years packed into that. This match, this was a very technical match.
It was.
They had their strikes a little bit here and there. It didn't lead the match. It was part of the big parts of the match.
I was really surprised. I know shit about Kiera Hogan, but I was surprised at her performance. She impressed me.
Yeah. Look, any pointers I would give Kiera Hogan is not about what you like, it's about what's functional.
Yeah. She needs shorter hair and less eyelashes. I'm not going to say get rid of them.
Yeah, I mean, the eyelashes, I don't think they would be in the way. In fact, you know what? Thinking about it, Sidra, them long eyelashes might shield her eyes from them bright-ass lights if she was in a different promotion.
That might. It's a good point. It might be like little baseball caps for the eyes.
Yeah. So that's possible.
But yeah, shorter hair. Like, when her and Mickie were talking in past episodes, that length, she shouldn't do much longer than that.
And Mickie, she had on the fake eyelashes, but they weren't absurd.
Yeah.
They didn't look like caterpillars, as you kept calling them.
They did. It looked like she was being attacked by, the precursors, the butterflies.
There was a spot, and I thought this is a perfect suicida. Mickie was down on the floor. Kiera got back into the ring and started dashing to the ropes. And Mickie was getting up, and she stumbled. And literally I thought, because I know how this is supposed to go. So I'm like, man, is Mickie going to get up in time? And Mickie got up, didn't see her, blam, got blasted and knocked to the floor. It looked, chef's kiss. Mm-hmm. That's also how you do it. Mickie knows how to pro wrestle. She knows how to pro wrestle. Mickie took a spill off the apron. She just died off the apron.
Yes, she did.
And she hit the floor. And when she hit the floor, it's just little things of turning the head and twitching the body just a little. And then shaking your head as you get up like you came to. Did she come to? Did she not? You don't know. That's how good she is. She shook her head like, whoa, I just woke up. What's going on? And then she's like, let me get up. Almost like she was getting out of bed. Mm-hmm. So it's little things like that, that separate the veterans from the rising veterans, I would say. Those leaving their green hood, leaving the green card on the table, but still looking back at it. It's like, no, you don't need to look back at that green card. No, you're not trying to be green.
You're no longer green.
Yeah, you're not trying to leave that alone. Leave that alone. Pick up your experience card. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was good. There was another spot where they was exchanging, evading elbows and kicks and high kicks, spin kicks, and then they spun kick each other.
Yeah.
And Mickey, this showing her expertise, because Kiara just kind of fell out like, oh, I took a hit. Mm-hmm. Mickey spun like she took the hit.
To the mother load.
And she laid there. It was brutal. Mm-hmm. Okay, in truth, it won't, but they made it look like it. And that's the beauty of it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there are lots of things. Now, there are a lot of little late timing things when Mickey was perched up top and then Kiara was going to the ropes and, Mickey did a late jump. But hey, that's fine. They're trying to get the match, trying to keep the match going. And the crowd was into this match.
They were. They enjoyed it a lot.
Yes. There was, this was a good spot right here. I don't know if it was intentional, but this was a chef's kiss when Hogan did a hammer throw and Mickey goes to the corner. Okay, here comes Kiara running in. Mickey gets the feet up. As she started to get the feet up, Kiara tries to put on the brakes and turn her back, mm-hmm. and catches both feet in the back. And she stumbles, wobbles back, and then gets her turns around and gets scissor leg. That's what Mickey does her trademark, swinging Hurricane Rana, swinging Frankensteiner off the ropes. A Hurricane Rana goes for the pin, a Frankensteiner does not. And that looked good. And as the commentators even said, Joe Galli and Velvet Scott, it looked like she spiked Kiara right on her damn head.
Yeah, it did.
It looked bad. So it's little things like that. Hey, how many times have you seen that in wrestling? Most likely never. This would be a first time, because when Kiara was running and she saw Mickey was like, oh, I'm finna counter, she tried to stop and turn around. Mm-hmm. At least turn her back like, you know what, my back gonna take the brunt. Because in truth, if you're in a fight and you're pretty much gonna get your ass whooped, what you gonna do? You're gonna expose your back and you're gonna curl up, because the back can take so much more damage.
But it also looks like the people in the ring are thinking, okay, they're doing this, I need to stop what I'm doing so I don't take that blow. More so than, okay, they're doing this, I got to run into it and set up for the next. It looks like they're thinking on their feet, not following a blueprint.
Yes. And that's the beauty of it. So, at the end, what happened is Kiara, she's like, I got you. Diving crossbody, and Mickey rolls her over, hooks that leg deep, gets a 3 count. And I'll be honest with you, it looked like Kiara really didn't have too much time to kick out. It wasn't a fast count. It's weird, but it looked like she was just trapped. As weird as it sounds, to just a single leg hook, but it looked like she was trapped. I thought it was a good ending to a match.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it looked like they were still getting started. That could have easily been the end first third of a match.
It looked like Mickey just outmaneuvered her for the pin. Not, all right, we're working up to Mickey's finish. It was much better.
Wrestling looks like you outmaneuver, outthink, outclass somebody. In
that instant.
Yeah. Anything else, it just looked like spot stuff. And, time for the DDT. Take it. All right, I've taken it. Now lay there and get pinned.
Yeah.
You don't want that. That's bleh. But, I think for this match that this was a really good match. This can get Kiara Hogan further on the map and say, hey, mainstream, she is worth the investment. Because that's what these wrestlers are doing. They're showing each other not these other, but these companies and the fans. Hey, they are worth the investment of your time and energy. You know, they're worth your money for purchasing them to work for your company. And so Mickie James is trying to get, Kiera over and show the companies this. And they do need to take acknowledgement of it. So, and you know what? Thanks to the NWA for hosting so many other promotions in yours. Because that is literally what the National Wrestling Alliance was actually about.
And people are working and they're getting showcased.
So we're going to get to the next match after Mickie James retained her title. Let's roll. Okay. Whew. Hard times is rolling on and
hard times.
they don't know a bad match so far.
Nah, these matches have been awesome.
So this next match is Cyan versus Tyrus for the NWA Television Championship.
With Pope as the special guest referee.
The rules is no time limit and no DQ. It is not lazy booking. No, this was earned. This has been building up for a very long time. Tyrus has shown to be months.
Mm-hmm.
Months. And Tyrus has shown to be pretty dominant. When he's been dominant since he first got on the NWA scene. He's been dominant. At first, I was kind of like, well, he ain't going to be back after I saw his first match.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was going to be staying.
A mainstay, a fixture.
Yes. So, cool, right? And then you got Cyan who showed up. And Cyan's filling a void. And I think he's doing a good job. Although his role is serious. And he's been unbeatable.
Yeah, until now.
Yeah.
And it took a lot to beat him. And he's a very skilled wrestler.
Oh, thanks for spoiling it. Well, that's a wrap, folks. Shit.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Cyan's been built up to be unbeatable, to show that he's a threat to any and everyone. So that's good. And yeah, he lost to Tyrus.
But
it took so well. No, it really did. The match should have been over if the trash can was stuffed on his head and he was beaten to a pulp. He could have been pinned then.
Yeah.
This is how a hardcore match should be.
I think a non-hardcore match would go far better.
Yes, I think that's what they're gonna build up to.
A non-DQ match. Excuse me. It wasn't labeled a hardcore match. A non-DQ match.
Yeah, it's no time limit, no DQ. So they used everything: trash cans,
everything,
water bottles, the table. The table. You can see it's a short table. It really shouldn't have any flex to it. So it's the certain tables that they have made for wrestling. And they do it for other things, but for wrestling, it's really good for these types of tables. So Tyrus was going to, it looked like it was a bad setup for Tyrus to do a reverse splash to Cyan, who's on the mat, but Cyan got up, got underneath, and powerbombed Tyrus onto the table.
That fucker exploded.
The table,
I think it broke in 3 pieces, and the little plastic band went everywhere, and it was...
Yeah, he hit, and that table exploded away from him.
It didn't crack down the middle, and it was just a giant V. No, it was like broken flat.
One side was on one... They were on polar sides of the ring. There were the ribbon of the table was somewhere else. That table exploded, and you could hear it. It sounded brutal. And then a little bit later, Tyrus slams Cyan off the top rope onto 4 chairs that are set next to each other and messed those chairs.
They were all bent up.
Cyan wasn't too comfortable about taking this move.
No.
As when he got thrown, his hand went down like, oh my God! Mm-hmm. That was the hand of fear.
Yes.
Anyone that's taking a fall or about to fall off of something that's a little bit elevated, when that hand go out to brace, the truth be told, When you do that, you are risking a higher injury.
You are.
But it's a natural instinct to put your hand up to protect your head.
I think the best thing would be able to, to tuck your hands and put your shoulder. Try to hit on your shoulder.
Yeah. Tyrus, he slammed him and he did it right. But Sion just wasn't comfortable and he ate them chairs. Them chairs were bent up.
Mm-hmm. And he was bowed up. Bowed up at the apron with Austin Idol barking in your face. That's like hell. That's like the 8th level of hell. It's bad enough you just been dropped onto a bunch of chairs, metal chairs that bent up because your body hit them. It's bad enough it hurts like hell and you can't really comfort your back. Then you got this jackwad screaming in your face.
Yeah. I like Austin.
I wish he would go away. He talks all the goddamn time. He does not shut up. I'm surprised he hadn't been poisoned by some wife.
But here's the thing: there's nobody else in wrestling that does that. Nobody. No one in current wrestling does that. He's the only one.
Yeah. And he's fucking good at it. He's annoying as fuck. I'm telling you, I'm surprised he survived. He must be a quiet husband because I'm telling you, a bitch would have been like, just take the arsenic.
It's like, I'm not even gonna hide it.
I'm not gonna put in no cookies. I ain't gonna put in your stew. I'm gonna pinch your nose and dump it down your gullet. Just shut up.
I'm not gonna shut up. I don't know why you're doing this. You know how great I am. It's like, oh shit.
He ain't even trying to de-poison himself. He just keep talking.
If I'm talking, I'm alive. So
Continue.
This match, it was brutal. Clearwater and what was his name?
I don't know who the little dude is.
They ran in and Pope was looking like, what the fuck is this?
He'd already thrown him out.
Yeah,
but there's no DQ, so there's nothing he can do. What's he gonna do? There's no DQ.
And then with Sion back into, he was all beat up and trying to convalesce in the corner from getting, attacked. He got that rolling Death Valley driver on Clearwater. That was nice.
It was.
But Tyrus got up in Pope's face.
He headbutted him.
It was easy. Yeah,
it was light.
I expect a majority of the audience wouldn't understand the way this is. But when somebody gets up on you like that, it's not the headbutt, but they get up on you and put their head on yours. It's like, I have invaded so much of your space and proved that you ain't gonna do shit about it.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
He went out of his way to provoke Pope. He knew what was going to happen.
And Pope went after him, just started attacking him. Pope was all a house of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Got Tyrus in the corner, backed against Sion. And at that moment, you already knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You knew it. But Pope was alive.
Yeah.
He was alive. Oh, my goodness. And he ran in with them, and he flew through the air with them double knees, and Tyrus just narrowly got out the way.
And Sion caught all that shit.
He caught that shit so brutally, and Tyrus like, he was just celebrating.
So we all know that Sion's gonna feel a way about this. After
we know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
He's like, I might have had that match, but Pope, you got in the way. You're the one that gave me the final blow, and I'm gonna have to get back at you.
And be like, dude, you were not making it.
The Pope apologized for what the Pope did, but Sion, if you want to come on over here and get some, well, I ain't going to stop you now. And he was like, you know what? We're not going to do this right now. We're going to do this on my time. And you're going to have all this going back and forth. This is going to be a build up for about 2 or 3 weeks before they have some confrontations. And I think it's going to be I think they could build that up for about a month or 2.
Yeah.
They could build that up. But
here is the thing. When Tyrus and Sion, bell rang, they first got started, Sion was dominant. He was attacking.
Yeah, he did everything right.
He drop kicked the knee. He did not do everything right. And when he didn't do everything right, I knew he was going to lose. Do you know what he didn't do right?
What did he do?
He did not continue to attack the knee.
He got off course. They went outside the ring.
He hit it once and didn't go back to it. You fucking with some dude that's towering over you. You better attack that knee like you're gonna rip it off and put it in a pot for stew.
Just get it.
Yes, I'm finna have me some Tyrus knee stew. It's gonna serve me for the entire winter. But he didn't do that. He just drop kicked it once and left it alone. That's how you knew. That's how I knew.
Go after that knee like Courage the Cowardly Dog trying to protect Muriel. I'll do whatever it takes to protect Muriel, or I'll do it too. She was like, I'm just gonna get quiet.
I'm shaking my head. They can't see it, but I'm shaking my head.
They can't see you do that.
Shut up. That was the fatal flaw in the plan. So, word to the wise: if you see a smaller man wrestling a bigger man, and they don't attack the legs, they don't intend to win.
Wise words right there. After what Pope had did to Sion in the corner, that's when Tyrus got the heart punch on, and Sion sold it beautifully. Mm-hmm. Crumpled up in a heap like he should, and Tyrus covers him and looking at Pope like, man, you got to count. And Pope is like, damn it, Pope was showing nothing but regret. The fact that Pope was showing such regret, I know Sion's going to go after Pope. Mm-hmm. And Pope counts real slow.
And
but
he
it
has
is
to
a
count
3.
to 3.
He could have counted forever. Tyrus retains that TV championship.
With 3 little dudes buzzing around like flies.
Yep. I mean, it was a good match.
It was.
It really was. But Sion didn't wrestle Sion style. If Sion went in doing how Sion's been presenting himself,
he would have won.
He either would have won, or it would have been a great showing as he just lost, almost coming close to winning. That's how that would have been. And then asking for a rematch later or something. But I'm glad they're letting Tyrus get over. He needs it. Sion's all right. Sion is over. Sion is a people's favorite. Tyrus, as a wrestler, I don't want to go outside wrestling, because if so, then I'm just going to demonize him.
Yeah, let's not worry about that.
As a wrestler, Tyrus needs this. He needs this recognition. And I like how he's as Austin Idol calls him, the manster. Mm-hmm. I like that. So
the intergalactic champion.
Intergalactical. It was like intergalactic. He's just saying stuff.
That's what Chill Storm said. Did he say intergalactical?
This match was worth it. I like it. It's not a 5-star, no, but it was
enjoyable.
It's very enjoyable. It's part of the show. It doesn't take away. It doesn't push. It's right there where it needs to be, isolated on its own. Okay, just it's not leading into any other parts of the show, and it doesn't pull in any past parts of the show. It's standalone, but part of the show. It's really good. I suggest you watch it. Honestly, no, fuck that. I could watch this again. I could watch it. Well, I could watch it again. It's good.
Well, this show?
This match.
Oh, yeah.
And most likely, I wish we could watch it all at once, because it'd be good to play this in the background while I'm doing other stuff. But I'll probably be watching the first half of this again, or probably watching some garbage wrestling show while working on the road or something for tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to prepare for this week and the next weeks. So this match, Tyrus wins. He retains the TV championship, and I think he needs it, and I think it's going to help him a lot in his career. So with that said, let's get to the next match. Okay, following match is for the NWA National Heavyweight Championship, and it features Judas with the Sinister Minister, Father James Mitchell, one of the best promos in wrestling, versus Strictly Business's Chris Adonis. And look, how can I say this? This match ain't long.
No, it was not.
It's not a long match, and it's got its. We know that Chris Adonis, he's more or less polished.
Yeah.
Judas, I don't know.
So much.
Yeah, not so much.
I mean, he started off the match, and I think he threw about 10 or 15 very stiff punches to the gut. He was beating up Chris Adonis' guts and the left side of his rib cage. And after that, Chris seemed to get on the offense. Judas did a few wrestling moves, but he seemed to be lacking in basics.
Yeah. Someone that size could easily utilize a side headlock, a kneeling headlock, the mat prone bear hug, and there's a lot that he can do. He just maybe there's something he's just off this night. I don't know, but Adonis went to the legs. He hurt his leg, put him in the half crab, and it was all right. And I'm gonna say this: Judas did a good job in selling that leg, especially after the I think it was a diving clothesline off the top rope.
Yeah.
And when he landed, his leg was messed up, so that's good. So he's got some psychology down, but the fans couldn't get behind this match because it's a heel versus a heel. They just watching the match. You do a face versus a face, okay, you're fine. For the most part, don't keep it up though. But you're doing a heel versus a heel, the fans can only cheer for a devastating move, not necessarily, I hope you make it. Mm-hmm. That's not there. Please kick out. They don't care. You could hear it with this crowd. But ultimately, Judas succumbs to the master lock. I like that. I like that Adonis has not lost that name.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps that full Nelson, the master lock.
And the way he did it, he got it on his big ass because Judas is a lot taller than
Adonis.
But he got the master lock on him, and then Grapevine won his leg over Judas' leg and brought him down to his knees. It was a wrap after that.
Yep. And so Adonis gets the win, and James Mitchell, he's got to show, I'm the manager. I'm not happy with this. You're nothing. You'll never be anything. Yada yada yada. He wasn't saying it, but he was mouthing something in the ring at him, and showing the go away boast with his arm, just shooing him away, or giving that message of you're nothing or this is nothing. But I don't know. Something might have been wrong with Judas. The match seemed really short, and maybe they took it home because the crowd just wasn't showing any life about it.
Maybe.
This is a long pay-per-view, and the NWA, they do a great thing. There's not a lot of crap between matches. They get right next to get to the next match, so that's good. So it's a lot of matches, but it's still a very long event. And truth be told, I think pay-per-view should be roughly just 2 hours, not 3. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time, and people just don't really have that in them like they used to, And wrestling keeps trying to push the pay-per-view envelope. Some do 5-hour pay-per-views. In AEW, every event is a 5-hour pay-per-view. Every event, because they got to sit there for 5 hours.
Good grief.
Yeah, that's wow. And then think about getting in there before first bell time. So people might be in there for 5 hours and 30 minutes or 6 hours. That's a lot. So National Wrestling Alliance is doing a good job at the pacing of this event. When it comes to this match, I think something must have happened with Judas, and it was like, look, let's just get this over with and get me out of there or something. I don't know, but Adonis won. No help from his faction. He did it solo in the middle of the ring, legit in the middle of the ring, clean submission. Judas and Adonis. That's it. That beat them clean. So we're gonna get on to this tag team match. Let's go. All right. So we come to the National Wrestling Alliance's Tag Team Championship. The End versus La Rebellion.
I like La Rebellion.
Mecha Wolf and Bestia 66. So Bestia say.
They fuck it up. I like them. I like the way they work in the ring because they're an actual tag team.
Yup.
I always had good showings whenever we would watch them on Power, and I remember being pleased when they won the belts, and
they earned it. They earned it. They came in and they were hype. They took the NWA tag team division by storm because there wasn't really a tag team division. They just kept pushing people together so there could be a tag team until they was able to hire some people. I see that now. How can I say this? I'm more of a Bestia say fan, more so than I am Mecha Wolf. However, on appearance, on ring entry, I like Mecha Wolf more. Now, the End, I don't know who's on the team. They don't really mention. The commentary has a poor job at mentioning names and saying them clearly. It's really terrible. I know there's Pero. Is it Pero? Something. I don't know who the other guy is. I was listening. They won't. I couldn't make anything out. And they need to really work on that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember mentioning them by name either.
When I first saw The End, I was like, their name is The End. And I remember thinking, okay, that name sucks. But with time and showcasing this team, that name isn't going to suck anymore. And tonight is one of those nights. That name didn't suck. I was like, they look good. They wrestle well. They are, how can I say this? I like that they are very forward. There's not too many forward teams. When I say forward, I mean like Demolition, the Powers of Pain, the Road Warriors, the Steiners. I mean, very forward. We are trying to get this done and win. That's it. We're going to get this done and win. Now, the opening of this match, you saw some lucha libre with the dives to the outside, and it looked good.
Yeah.
They did it right. They did it properly. It looked good. And then Pero, I guess that's his name, on The End. I was like, he was just standing there, and I was like, dude, you better move. You just standing there like some idiot or something. And then when he got dove on, he caught dude. I was like, oh, okay, all right. I was like, here we go. And, slam him into the post, and The End took over, and they started whooping up on La Rebellion. And it took a little bit for La Rebellion to make their comeback, but they did. They beat the hell out of Bestia say. They whooped his ass. But he ultimately makes the hot tag, and then both teams I was like, the referee lost control. There were lots of double team moves. I like La Rebellion's lucha libre style. They use it in offense, and they use it properly. It's devastating. It looks good, and it doesn't look choreographed.
Floppy.
Huh?
It didn't look flippy floppy.
Yeah, it doesn't look flippy. Are they doing flippy floppy stuff? Yes, but it don't look flippy floppy.
Yeah.
It don't have that air about it.
It doesn't have that, hey, look at me and what I can do.
While you wait standing there looking up at me with your arms out. No, they are throwing their opponent off. They use lucha libre here in the United States the proper way, and that's to keep your opponent off kilter, to keep your offense going. That's how they used it, and that's why it looks so damn good. The End did this double powerbomb where they slammed La Rebellion against each other, and their backs hit, and this is loud smack, and the crowd cringed, and then they crumpled to the mat, and Bestia was landed on. by Mecha Wolf, and it looked like he could have messed up his head or neck, as Sidra had pointed out when we was watching it. It looked bad. I was like, oh.
It looked like he dropped this partner on his. They had to drop him, after they did I don't even know what that movie would be called, but after they did the movie, they had to drop him, but they should have gone down more at the same time and not.
Yes, to land on their feet and crumple instead of, because it looked bad. It was a heap. But you know what? In that sense, going on wanting somebody to be safe, it looked horrible. But in terms of pro wrestling as a struggle, it was perfect. So, I don't want a woke culture wrestling. That's what's gone on, and that's why it's gotten so bad as well. When people try to woke culture wrestling, it just turns out bad. But the tag champions, La Rebellion, they did great, and at the end it was a frog splash, and then Pero was trying. This is what was cool. Pero's on the ground. He's the big dude on the end, and when he was hit with that frog splash, it's like he was trying to roll out the way of it. That's what it looked like. So when he hit, when Mecha Wolf hit the frog splash, it's like bam, hit, and Pero's trying to roll out the way, and then Mecha Wolf kind of pushed him in the direction of basically a say, who hit the 450, just bam, nailed it, and got the win. Champions retained their belts. Beautiful. I hope I didn't switch their names for the end. I don't want to flub that up to. Hey, can you remind us, Sidra? I want to make sure I didn't flub, because I remember, because I look at them and I'm like, okay, short hair, long hair.
Where am I rewind to the beginning?
No, just the finish.
Oh,
just the finish. I want to make sure that I'm telling you. No, I want to see the finishing move, because I don't want to,
Oh, okay, my bad. Just tell me.
Okay, go.
Go.
Yeah, let it play. Because
okay.
Her rewinding skills are not so well, but she tries. Yeah, threw dude off and okay. Yeah, Bestia say. Okay, he hits the frog splash. Pero, he rolls over. You can tell he's waiting for the move. When Bestia hit a dive, and then 450 by Mecha Wolf. My bad, y'all. By Mecha Wolf, and he got the win. So I just wanted to be accurate. Okay, go ahead and y'all gotta turn it down. But yeah, I like this team.
I like them too.
I like them. I don't see them enough.
No.
And so it's not natural. Don't roll off the old dome here about who's who and whatnot. So I apologize for mixing them up. It's nothing beyond that. I just don't see them enough. And I need the commentators to tell me who the hell is a part of the end. But other than that, this was a damn good match. Not too long, not too short. Just right. The right amount of moves, a good amount of damage in a short amount of time throughout this match. Lucha Libre done just right for the United States. It's worthwhile. This event is good. I'm enjoying Hard Times too. So we're gonna get on to our next match. So let's go. All right, our next match is a grudge match for Hard Times 2. It's Nick Aldis versus Tom Latimer, and there's no second, so it's 1-on-1, mano a mano. Okay.
It wasn't a grudge match. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it extra. Sidra gonna hate this, but I'm gonna start off with this. I was like, for a grudge match, this is starting off, one, very slow. Number two, no heat. Mm-hmm. They're not mad. No one's angry. They talk a little trash, you're not gonna out wrestle you or something, and then they did that. And here's the thing, the NWA, while they are built on professional wrestling, they're also built on, if this were real, what would you do? And if somebody that I called brother and was invited to a lot of my kids' birthday parties, and practically my kids call him uncle, and they're not even blood relation, on anyone's side. But they call him uncle, and then that person decided to turn their back on me and hurt me. In this case, for professional wrestling, jump me, beat me up, power drive me on chairs, send me to the hospital, humiliate me, run their mouth all over me, my wife, my kids. The last thing I'm going to do is get in that ring and pro wrestle.
No, you're not. Think about Jax Dane and Crimson.
That was good.
That was a grudge match. They were fighting outside the ring. They were in a cage. There was alcohol and powder thrown and all kinds of cheats. And, you could tell that there were some issues between the two. This was just like a regular heel face match.
I don't like what you've done to me. Well, are we going to wrestle? Yes, we're going to wrestle. Let's wrestle.
I am not going to cheat. I may. That's it.
Yeah.
And then the way it ended was like a wrap it up box.
Yep.
Like something happened.
Now, let's remove how bad that aspect of it was. Let's remove the grudge. Let's remove all of that, okay? Keep it with me, people. We remove that it's a grudge. We remove all the badness that's happened, the trash talking, the jumpings, and all that. We remove it, and it's just a professional wrestling match. There's a good guy, there's a bad guy. Put them in the ring. What did they do? You like one, you can't stand the other. All right. Now, on that, this was a damn good match.
It was.
This was an awesome match.
Oh, but if I was coming into this not knowing anything of the history, I would not have thought that Aldis was a former heavyweight champion from the way he performed. To me, he wasn't up to his normal standard.
Nope. No, he wasn't. But still, let's just remove that too. The match I would think is great. It was wrestling, hip toss, arm drag, slam, do all that. Okay? It's good. You're interested. You just wonder how this is going to go. You're curious. And then all of a sudden, the heel pile driver. Then they wore each other down a little bit. And now a power driver comes in. The face is all messed up. He looks like he's, as they said, having a seizure. He's twitching. His eyes are bugged out. He looked like he ain't there. It takes a little bit, but the heel makes the cover. 1, 2, kick out. Does the one that took the power driver get up? Like, taking a brain bust and getting up like, yeah, man, we cool. No. The whole remaining of the match, Nick Aldis, who took the power driver, had to fight back. He was wobbly. He wasn't all there. He moved slower. He's selling that major move, and he did great. He couldn't amount much offense, but his defense was amazing. Basically, standing out the way, getting out the way, rolling out the way, missing sentons, clotheslines, body avalanches in the corner. I mean, Aldis was just getting out of the way. Then Aldis lands a power driver of his own. Aldis was at points put in his a version of the Texas Clover Hole, but it was a side version. There's so much that did happen that was great. It was good. They're tired. They're beaten. And then all of a sudden, near the end, after Michinoku Driver 2 and some screw ups, not bad ones, no botches, just missed moves and whatnot. Nick Aldis scored the jackknife roll up for the 1, 2, 3, and it was over. And it seemed like it was. Now look, I admit it was funny. I didn't want to bring it up, but no, Tom Latimer got Ric Flair. I'm gonna admit that he got Ric Flair. He tried to get out the ring. Aldis pulled his tights down, showing all kinds of butt crack. I'm like, good grief, it's and he was just beating him, just kicking him from pillar to post, just dropping him to the mat. It was a good, fun spot for them. Latimer eventually got his tights up. Velvet Sky on perfect commentary the whole time. I mean,
she's good in commentary.
Huh?
She's good in commentary.
And so the match is what it is. Then you know what? Now I got to call this out. Yawning because I'm doing this. I ain't yawning until I started doing commentary. Didn't yawn at all. But I got to call Sidra out. She didn't even want to talk about the match. We talk about every match, good or bad, when it's over. And then she's like, I'm just gonna let it play, you know, to the Jazz tribute. I ain't even gonna stop it. I ain't gonna pause it. I had to even remind her, what's up?
One, on full, and two, it was, to me, Tom Latimer doesn't have any kind of in-ring personality as it is, because he doesn't really show anything. He don't wrestle that much, and he's usually just out there barking at people. And Nick wasn't himself. I don't know if he doesn't really has a neck injury. I don't know, but it was just a weird match.
Okay, we ain't getting paid for this. I'm gonna call it out. We ain't getting paid for this at all. You know, but at the same time, what about professionalism to an extent?
Okay, I understand. I apologize for not being full and not moving to stop the thing so we could talk about it. That aside, if I had tuned into a show and it was two Baba Ganoush's wrestling, it was a fantastic match. But these aren't two Baba Ganoush's.
This was a heavy grudge match. When I'm talking about the kind where you ought to take a baseball bat to somebody's knees, that kind of thing. And they did not deliver on that. They didn't deliver on it.
And there could be a reason, because there's no reason why Latimer couldn't have kicked out of that last pin. He sat up, he won't hurt, he was fine. And it wasn't even cinched in enough to the point where he should have been like, oh, I can't get free.
Yeah, it was a lot of space.
Didn't kick out.
It was a lot of space. He could have, you put a jackknife on somebody, you kind of, your upper back is all on their chest and whatnot, you know, and they can't kick out. They're rolled up. In this, there was a lot of room to wiggle, man. So I'm thinking something might have went wrong somewhere and they had to stop the match quickly. That's what I'm thinking.
And it's even more obvious because the ref got out the ring where Aldis is holding him up. He's the winner. Walked him to the back. Something happened.
Maybe that power driver actually did something. Who knows? But see, that's sort of the beauty of wrestling. We don't know what's happening. We're sitting here speculating. So you got to admit, it is getting the response from you.
It's getting a response. I don't think that was a desired response. I hope that's not what they had set in mind when they started this whole grudge match thing. With the caliber of Nick Aldis match from the past, I don't imagine so.
We have seen a lot of Nick Aldis matches.
And then he's got this rubbish music.
Yeah.
Don't go for the random rap music. That's no better than having a random guitar riff playing as you come out.
Okay, maybe they had to get rid of the last of the Mohicans.
Right as he lost the belt.
Good point. Well, look, this is a 3-hour pay-per-view. We're getting to the last bits of it per se, and we don't want to. It's almost 10 minutes, so yeah, we're gonna get. You say Jazz held that belt for 900 some days.
Over 900 days.
Yep. Over 900 days.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And she would have still had it, but she got sick with cancer.
So no one could beat her in the ring but cancer.
Yep.
Now that, everybody, is epically, unmitigatedly badass.
Yeah, and they didn't say that up here, but I remember how it happened. When Allison Kay showed up with the belt, they were like, yeah, Jazz had it for this, yada, 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 but she had to
relinquish.
Yeah. And then
look,
she retired.
I lost the belt because I got cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Not I lost the belt because someone was good enough. So the office thought someone was good enough, or someone cheated me out of a match and I just had to deal with it, or I just didn't feel like having it anymore, so I gave it up. I got sick and couldn't continue.
And from my memory of how Jazz wrestled, I ain't seen a bitch yet that should be able to beat her.
For real. Just saying. Bad ass.
She is that bitch. Fuck Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill ain't got shit on
Jazz.
But you know what? Hold up, I gotta say this. Jade Cargill almost wrestles like a young Jazz.
She need to get trained by the old one then to get some shit.
If she got trained by Jazz, Jade Cargill would be ungoddamn stoppable. That's what I truly believe. If she got trained thoroughly to the bone in psychology and everything in that ring by Jazz, she would be unstoppable. But then she go to AEW where she's got to like fuck herself up to make sure the others look decent. Mm-hmm. You know, like Riho. I ain't getting into that.
Imagine Jazz wrestling Riho.
If Jazz did the job for Riho, her whole career would be shot.
It'd be a meat paste stain with frills in the ring.
You know what? Riho is an epic babyface. I'm gonna give her that. But beyond that, so we get in the ring, you get to say, "Oh, come on, you know how this goes." Mm-hmm. That's about how Riho.
She need to go home and be somebody's trophy wife.
Makes you think she ain't.
If she can lead a country.
Damn. Good point. That sounds so bad.
Hey.
That sounds so bad. Let's roll. Let's just roll. Damn, that was just evil. All right. So, our next match here, and it was a good match, but it's the NWA World Women's Championship. Challenges Melina, who they keep calling Melina, but Melina versus the champion Camille.
This was a grudge match. This is the way a grudge match is supposed to look.
These girls outworked the boys.
Melina made it clear almost from the time that Camille got the women's title that she was not happy with it. That she doesn't carry herself like a champion would, and you know. I wouldn't say she was talking shit, but she was vocal about it. And so one day when she was on commentary with Joe Galli and Velvet, Camille took issue with that and came out there and blasted her in the side of the head and commenced to whoop her ass out there. And after that, it was on. So they had the stage was set. They had, of course, some good jaw-jacking back and forth that we didn't see because they don't show every show or something. But the stage was set. Melina came in bright pink and gold. You know, she looked good.
And looking very, I'm going to get you.
Yes. And then Camille came in there and she's looking even more, I'm going to get you. She did her whole taunt while staring at Camille. And when the bell rang, she lit after her ass.
And I got to say it though. Camille's outfit is beautiful.
Oh yeah, her outfit was awesome.
Beautiful. But yeah, Melina jumped up on Camille, and Camille held her up, and they were fighting.
And Camille was trying to push her off, and Melina had her by the back of her head. Anytime she tried to push Melina pulled her with her. They went tumbling, fighting, and tossing, and then everything. And it got to the point when she finally got Melina off her, and she was looking at her like, "What the fuck?"
Melina jumped off that apron on her, and she caught Melina and put her into the. No, she tried, but Melina got down and pushed her face first into the post. Mm-hmm. And Camille did that so perfect. 'Cause I'm like, she didn't get her hands up. But no, she did it perfectly. It's like she cracked her face.
This was not a match about getting your shit in.
No,
this was not a get your shit in match. This is, I'm going to do everything I can to hurt you.
Yep.
And she started working on Camille's arm. Expertly, beautifully. She put some damage on her arm to the point where Camille couldn't really throw it the way she normally would. Yeah, Camille clubbed her in the nose.
She outright just overhand 12 o'clock club a hammer fist to her face.
Camille put her in some sort of calf killer type move. And you know, women are flexible, so Melina rolled over her own shoulder, grabbed Camille by the head and fucking bit her. And she bit her till she let her go. I'm like, yes! I've been saying that if you bite them good enough, they will let you the fuck go. And she has just proved it. She let her go. Because it's a possibility, because she had it on that bad knee that Melina could have tapped. But she like, I'll pull out a plug in your face before I tap. And Camille let go because she liked her face the way it is.
This match was so damn good. The men didn't have a match as good as this. I wonder if it's by design.
Could be.
You know, like don't do but so much so the women and then the main event can take place. So, you know, it's a double main event. The match was good. When Melina was able to get her into the Muta lock that she called California Dreams.
Yeah.
Okay. She had Camille. She got Camille in it. And it's tight. Mm-hmm. It's good. Camille, they did. This is a good job because Camille is trying to military crawl on that bad arm to get to the ropes. And it looked like she's outright straight pulling both of their weight.
Yeah.
Melina is helping, and you can see it.
But it's not super obvious.
Yeah, it looks like Camille pulls enough, and Melina's got to get her footing back. Mm-hmm. That's how they make it look.
Yeah.
That is veteran shit for you, okay? It's like the moonwalk. You're not walking backwards. No, you're stepping forward but pushing back. It's an optical illusion. And they did this well. They did it well. Melina got off of it and had some, words with the ref and whatnot. And
they both had Jack with the ref.
Yeah, they did. They had.
Because he was on them, and they're like, "I'm letting go. What the fuck?
I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you." Mm-hmm. They did well. Camille went for that spear in the corner. Melina hop up. And tried to sunset flip, and Camille held on, and Melina just hit flat.
Flat on her back.
I like earlier when Camille had... Melina got Camille in the corner and was choking her with her own hair, lifting her up. Mm-hmm. I like that spot. That was good. That was revenge for something that happened on one of their shows.
Oh, okay.
That's what that was. That's what that revenge was for. And little things like that mean so much when you follow the program and you can see everything that happens. And then you see these little, as Sidra would call, petty Betty moments.
Petty Betty.
That's when it's like, okay, yeah, you can't help it. It's perfect. It's mwah.
Pulling out receipts. Camille got the win. She laid in a spear on Melina. That is the best I've seen her do since she was seconding Nick Aldis. She would spear them dudes that Nick would wrestle out their fucking boots, and it looked phenomenal. She'd take off her shoes and charge them motherfuckers and fuck them up. And that's the way she lit into Melina. She hasn't really done it like that since she started wrestling, on her own here in NWA. But she hit her with that spear just to say, I got to keep this bitch from getting up.
And that's how she got the 1, 2, 3, and Camille won, and still your NWA World Women's Champion.
And she fucked up. She ain't doing no celebrating. She ain't looking like...
She got her belt. She's clutching her arm and leaving.
Going to the back. Melina left her mark.
She bit her. She got the back teeth in. She used the back teeth. I think that's what happened. She used the back teeth, and that's what made Camille let go. Back teeth club, y'all. Back teeth club. So... I think our main event is up next. So let's go. All right. We come to our main event of the evening. And it's for the National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Championship. Featuring the challenger Mike Knox against the current reigning and defending champion Murdoch. Because I don't think Trevor's name need to be in that. But Trevor Murdoch is a damn good champion. He's a damn good champion.
Yes, he is.
I like Trevor Murdoch. They showed the build up to this, and there's not much. I mean, when they showed the build up to these matches, I'm like, when did these happen? It's just the shows we didn't see. That's all. We didn't watch them. I know that's got to be the case. We don't watch.
I look for the new powers that they put up.
You haven't watched all the new ones. I see them up there, and I'm like, Sidra's going to want to watch this, but you never watch them. You never watch them.
I click on the ones that are the new. Okay, so next time there are some new ones that'll be like, hey, they're right there, and I'll click them.
Okay, because I don't say anything because you clicked the. I'm sorry, guys, I can't unveil, but you click the tab.
Yeah.
That would say the ones for the new shows that are not mainstream. Mm-hmm. And it'll show NWA Power. It'll show that there's some new ones up there, and you click it and you see them, and you just don't look at them. You don't mouse over them or anything. You just move on.
Yeah, and the reason why is because they got something else that they show up here too. That's bullshit. Where they talk about Power.
Yes, they got that there.
And sometimes I guess I can't tell the difference. I thought I could.
It's like that, that one there, and then there's some others. And yeah, I don't like when they put the shows up there when it's like, let's talk about them. I'm like, no, show me the damn episode. But maybe dude is only getting what he can get. I don't know. But for this match, the opening of this World Heavyweight Championship match had a little zinger in it. The referee, look, they went over this. It was a beautiful presentation. You would think it's going to be something like a boxing match or something. It's a prize fighter event. And they did it right. It gives you the atmosphere. And you can hear the crowd. They warmed them up to like, hey, this here is going to be something. I gave the rules in the back. I already taught you about it. The rules up here. I'll give you a warning. And then after that, at my discretion, I might have to disqualify you. You got any questions? No. Trevor Murdoch, do you have any questions? No. Someone from the back, someone from the peanut gallery shouts, why's your hair in the bun? It's like, what the? Thanks for ruining the mood, Jack White. Because I was in the zone. I was like, man, he went all over the thing. Hey, why are frogs gay? Wait, what? Huh? Something happened. Where did that purple outfit come from? Huh? So it's just ruined my mood. Thanks, dick. It's always some damn yokel.
It is. It's always one. At least.
It's always one. I can't help it out. It was funny. I was like, why is your hair in the bun?
I know. I thought that earlier with referee.
And then you said it. You said, you don't want to be throwing it out your face.
Yeah, you miss a move because you got to flip your hair out your face. So
I know the man bun still isn't popular, which is why you'll find a lot of dudes wearing it. At the same time, keeping his hair in the bun, that's in the professional setting, is a professional thing to do. It's the right thing to do, so don't knock it. Be a professional. Let the man be professional.
Yeah, you had that messy bun.
Now, as soon as that bell rang, these two started in on each other.
Like it was a grudge.
It was a fight. It was a fight. I mean, seriously. I'm being straight up, y'all. No one's really going to take notice of this. I did. This match started off the way it would back in the old circus carnival days. If y'all want to know what carny means. From the carnival circus days. That's what it's from. Back in those days, wrestling was real. No corners, none of that. You got your ropes. They are loose, but they're bolted in, or at least on latches that are bolted in. And they didn't have hammer throws, Irish whips, and body slams. No, they didn't have hammer locks, arm ringers, and headlocks. No, they had headlocks. But it was, I got you. Now I'm going to punch you. Now I'm going to put elbows to you. I'm going to put knees to you and drive you into the corner. Now I'm going to put knees to your abdomen or your gut. I'm going to put punches or elbows to your back until you fall over and can't get up. That's how it used to be.
A fight.
That's how it used to be back in them days. And that's why it was easy for them back then to say $500, holding up fake bills, $500 to anyone that can come in and last, not beat, but just last 2 minutes. Not 3, 2 minutes. If you can last 2 minutes, then all right. And they get in and get destroyed. And that's what these two were doing. That was the work they were trying to put in. It's a working fashion today. But back then, people got hurt. And talent wasn't much. That's why you kept having 1 or 2 wrestlers back then in the Carney days. Like, before what Cornette and them talk about. pre-Cornette's memory. These are bludgeoning days before, like, okay, now it's got to be a work. So we can keep
there was no work in fashion. We just got bludgeoned.
Yeah, we don't have any talent. What happened? They all beat the shit. Sorry, sir. We don't have a match for you. We got one person. He's not going to green screen himself like Paige. So it's like green screen. It's 1760.
Not important. Just
not important. Fuck the year. But these two, they bludgeoned each other. They beat each other in the ropes. They fought all over that ring. It looked real. It looked like two people trying to get at each other. And that's what it's supposed to be. In all honesty, I wish all the other matches that were grudge matches were like this. If it's not a grudge match, it don't need to be. But grudge matches need to be like this. And this was just like Melina's match. They went after each other, fighting in this. They went after each other, fighting. Knox, Murdoch, man, yes. Now, just to be honest with you, they could have set it up to be a part 2, but they had other things in mind, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
There isn't much to say about the opening parts other than how much of a fight it was, and it was a damn good fight, and it pulls you right in. And the beauty of this is there were parts where Knox had tripped over Murdoch, but he used it to mount and punch.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, because what happens in a fight? Tripping, falling, trying to knock someone to the ground, just push him and clutch and grab and hold, you know? So this was great. They did this right. This will look amazing. And then they used this battling to further, like, okay, now I done got you beat down. Now I'm going to try a wrestling move here and there. An abdominal stretch from the heel, because the heels, you know, they do that. They club you and then they put you in a submission hold because it's to wear them down. Just like they used the power driver. Lattimore used the power driver on Aldis, and Aldis had to slowly fight back from that. Stay defensive, but fight back. Fighting from underneath. They did beautiful with that. You know? And that's what this was. Trevor was taking a beating.
He was
taking a beating, but he wasn't giving up either. You know, so then, you know, it got to the point where Knox went for that lariat, and Trevor just barely ducked it.
Just barely, but he did duck it, which was cool.
Yeah, he ducked it. You could see that he grazed his head and back. Mm-hmm. So he just ducked it. That looks good, and it was the perfect camera angle for us. I think the people in the audience might have been shortchanged because they was facing the hard camera when it happened. You know, I don't know. Maybe on their side they feel like, you know, whoever's at the hard camera, they didn't see it was as good as we did.
Could be.
Yeah, could be. And then, you know, Trevor gets a DDT and slowly rolls over for the cover. Later, after some battling, Knox gets a superplex on Trevor, and they both sold like death, and Knox slowly turned over and made the cover, and obviously there's a kick out. I say obvious because you can tell I'm still going to keep going. Knox uses the crossroads to slow and gets a slow cover. Trevor grabs the ropes. It's not like, oh, I kick out and I see how strong I am. I'm a champion. I don't sell shit.
No, it won't like that.
It looks like a damn fight,
like a struggle.
And then after knocking Knox off the ropes, you know, when they were battling up there, Trevor gets the bulldog for a 3 count, and it was not a good bulldog, but it did at bottom barrel at least like a diving elbow off the top rope to a dude trying to get to his feet. So whether he missed the bulldog or not, that elbow landed. You could see it. That elbow hit, and it hit hard. So it's good one way or the other. You know, he got the 3 count. Then after that, dudes, I don't know, Johnny Sameface show up. They called
Mike
him
Cardona.
Yeah, Matt Cardona. He shows up smiling, distracts Murdoch, and Knox gets a low blow. Might add, Knox wasn't even fully recovered from the bulldog, from the top rope diving bulldog. So he did the low blow. He did it well, but at the same time, he was still recovering. He was slow to get there, and he did it. He just didn't get up fast. So that's all good. Then Mick Foley comes out. This is the second time coming out. And he comes out, and I didn't go over the first time because It just
It's a Mick Foley moment. It's okay.
yeah, cheap pops, and I'm gonna be here, and yada yada yada. Okay, so Mick Foley comes out and gives them a tongue lashing. This isn't ho ho ho. Well, Santa would say no, it's no no no, and okay, yeah. Then he's like, we got ways to settle this. Then Pope comes out and starts attacking Knox with reckless abandon.
Short-lived.
And I'm like, why is Pope mad at him?
Yeah.
What happened? What have we missed? They have not spoken about anything, and they fight off. I don't know what happened to Pope, but Knox comes back, and he and Cardona kick down Murdoch, and Cardona holds up the NWA title. And then he puts it on Murdoch's chest, and that's how the show ends. The World Heavyweight Champion laid out.
To the bone. Laid to the bone.
That's how that ends. And that's good. It sucks in terms of, okay, your champion shouldn't really be laid out. They should be at least, if not standing strong, at least standing and saying, I got the belt. It's still all good. But at the same time, isn't that common?
Yeah.
So doing this, he's laid out. That's different.
So, I believe that Pope has got a title shot in his back pocket.
Yes, he does, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. And then the very least...
And Pope gonna let you know when Pope gonna cash it in, daddy. All right?
Yeah. And the very least, I'm like, Baba Ganoush from some other organization coming in here holding my belt like he wants a title shot. I mean, you know who I think if I were this person, I would take great offense and come out there and whip their ass? James Storm.
Oh yeah.
That's who should come out there, because James Storm has been ducked since before the pandemic.
Yeah.
He got cheated out of his national title. Didn't get another shot at that back. He should have went for all this and the 10 pounds of gold a long time ago. And now you got Baba Ganoush, who looks like the baby brother of Tom Latimer, coming out here like he's going to challenge for something.
I can hear him now. Through 2 champions have I been denied. It's like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, yep. Like, James Storm. Sorry about your damn luck.
Apparently. But then they do like a baby Tom Latimer.
Which one?
Cardona.
Yeah.
The same facial hair, the same 2 dark tan, just shorter.
I've heard of Matt Cardona. I've heard the name. I've never seen him.
And he got on skinny jeans. He obviously ain't got any testicles.
Y'all testicles and no shaft. What happened to your shaft?
Well, if he do testicles, they got grounded in meat paste a long time ago. He just don't give a shit.
Skinny jeans don't mean skinny crotch.
Ask the crotch that.
I am not asking a man's crotch anything.
You know why? Because they gave up a long time ago being able to communicate, because they've been living in skinny jeans.
You can tell she don't like skinny jeans. I don't like them either, but I'm just saying she really don't like them. Just to troll her, I thought about like maybe ordering a pair of skinny jeans.
No, don't do that.
See how quick that was? Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't look right in skinny jeans. I'm a very overweight guy.
It don't seem to stop others.
Good point.
Dumb clucks.
If y'all wear skinny jeans, y'all mad at Sidra right now.
Don't be mad. Pull your pants down, scratch your legs. They that tight.
Oh shit. Okay. We're gonna keep healing it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna close this out. Is that okay?
Sure.
So look, thank y'all for listening. This has been Sedrik and Sidra for CR Wrestling Commentary on National Wrestling Alliance's Hard Times 2. Alright? And do not get that confused with Zemo Times 2. This is Hard Times 2.
They can't get it confused because it's Zemo 12. See, there's nothing
what
to bring
the
that
shit?
up.
You know what? If Zemo Times 2 wears skinny jeans, I am going to celebrate him because you being such a dick.
I'm not big. You see, you can't have dick and wear skinny jeans. There's no room for it.
This is what I work with, everybody. This is my hard times.
Yeah. I ain't backing down.
Y'all take care of each other, the family. your neighbors, and all that.
Go jean shopping.
Take care, and see you next time.